the publisher of Cleaning Business Today magazine. Hopefully you are all subscribers. It is free to business owners. And he is also a coach with along with Derek and Liz with Cleaning Business Builders. And Tom is pretty well known for being a numbers master. And he contributes to the magazine every month, a special section called KPI metrics. So hopefully you guys keep in touch with that, keep up to date with that each month. A few of those he's going to share with you, but he's going to dig down into kind of the key metrics and financial statements that you should be checking pretty regularly in order to make some key decisions about your business. Tom, we have got about half the folks joined so far. We are recording, and this the webinar recording will be available on YouTube probably by the end of the day, but first thing Friday at the latest. So Tom, I am going to invite you to go ahead and get started.
Super, Cece. Thank you for the introduction and for getting us started. I'd like to welcome everyone to, I guess this is number 5 of a 6-part webinar series that Cleaning Business Builders is doing to, I guess, share various aspects of a program that we've created and share with cleaning business owners called Foundations of Success. And today we're going to be talking about the measurement aspects, what we call key performance indicators, and share some information that I think will be useful to you as we strive to grow our cleaning businesses. I guess before we get started, just a couple of quick housekeeping issues. We're going to keep all the lines muted because if we have 60 people on the call, it's just kind of hard for us to create a good environment otherwise. We're going to be recording this, and we're going to be posting it to YouTube by Friday, which is tomorrow. And at the end of this, you're going to be getting an email with the assessment that we're going to be sharing here today. So some good stuff. Briefly, a little bit about Cleaning Business Builders and who we are. This is me. I've been in the cleaning business. Actually, this is the 20th year anniversary of Castle Keepers this month, which is kind of cool. Been doing this for a long time. We're in Charleston, South Carolina. We're a SIMS certified company, which is a management standard that's supported by ISSA. We're IICRC certified, ARCC Seal of Excellence. Cece shared with you that we publish Cleaning Business Today. Have a venture called Modern Cleaning that we kind of pioneered the development of a chemical-free cleaning methodology that is our primary mode of house cleaning here at Castle Keepers. Help write the IICRC test and manual for the house cleaning technician. I'm a past president of ARCC and worked with ARCC this year to help host the Disruptive Innovation Summit at the convention this year. One of my partners in Cleaning Business Builders is Derek Christian. He's with My Maid Service out of Cincinnati, Ohio. He's an IICRC certified firm as well, and Derek is really a marketing person. He, I guess, had a real job with Procter & Gamble for about 13 years maybe, for a number of years, and spent a lot of time with brand development. So he's always doing PR stuff, getting articles on CNN Money, CBS News, and a bunch of other things. He's my partner in the magazine, Cleaning Business Today, obviously Cleaning Business Builders. He does some commercial work under a company called ACS. IICRC certified firm is our certification. He helped us write the IICRC ACT certification manual, and he's a former board member of ARCC. And last but certainly not least is Liz Trotter. Liz owns a cleaning service in Olympia, Washington called American Made Cleaning Service. She's an IICRC certified firm, ARCC Seal of Excellence. Liz is about employee engagement, and basically Liz is a force of nature. It's hard to explain Liz, but she does a really outstanding job of getting the most out of everybody who is on your team, and she does it in her company, and she works with other cleaning businesses through Cleaning Business Builders to help them do the same. She created a recognition and rewards program called Made Money. Has a number of programs. She has a High Pep video series, which is a subscription where you can get a number of different products geared for everybody from your cleaning technicians to your leadership team on how to get everybody involved and pointed in the right direction and giving their best every day to help companies be successful. She writes a lot for us in the magazine, and she's a former board member of ARCSI as well. Together, we do over $5 million in residential cleaning, 60 years of experience. All of us are ICRC certified firms, have a number of certified technicians. IICRC certified experts in SIMS, 2 of us are that. We've got very different businesses. That's one of the cool things. I mean, Derek, Liz, and I are different in terms of our focus and our interest, and we all, bring something different to the party, and our businesses are very much different as well. Derek runs solos, and they drive their own cars. Liz has like 5-person teams, and company cars, we do 2-person teams, company cars. Because our personalities are different, our way of doing business is different, our businesses are different, but they're all successful because, at the end of the day, we all buy into some common values and run and I guess it's the commonality is what we bring to foundations. And the program that we'll be talking about a little bit later is designed in a way where it's not really prescriptive. You've got a lot of latitude to run a business. There's a lot of different ways that you can bake a really good cake, and that's one of our philosophies. So we don't tell people that you have to run your business any one specific way. We kind of take the best of what we each do. Mentioned the chemical-free cleaning a little bit. We've got several different approaches to cleaning methodology. We're in different size markets. We're just different in a lot of different ways. That being said, there's an assessment that we want to go through today, and today's topic is going to be on the financial side and the measurement side. When you're running a business or really doing anything, it's been said from a quality perspective that if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. I'm a firm believer in that, and I can tell you that we wouldn't be doing the things that we're doing in Castle Keepers, and I know Derek and Liz would say the same about their business, that you need to be able to keep score, and you need to be able to see if you're, getting the results that you want. There's some numbers that you want to make go higher in terms of like revenue and profit, and there's other numbers you want to drive lower, such as turnover, either from an employee side or a client side. And you need to know where you are, you need to track it, you need to be real about that and put plans in place and tactics and strategies to drive the numbers in the direction you want them to go. And that's called continuous improvement. And the cornerstone of all of that is measurement, and that's what we're going to be talking about here today. So this is an example of the assessment that you're going to be getting at the end of this presentation in an email. This is number 5 of a 6-part series. For anyone who wants to sign up for Foundations and get the other 4 parts that they missed, you can do that as a Jumpstart member through our e-learning platform. One of the things that we have our own e-learning platform we call School of Cleaning, and there's several classes that we teach here, and we'll talk about this a little more later, but you can get caught up on these later through School of Cleaning. The lessons 1 through 4. Talked about ourselves a little bit, Cleaning Business Builders. Let's just jump right into the assessment. There's 20 questions, and we've done this several different ways, and we've kind of settled to the point where we really like just the simple yes/no questions, and it kind of gets you to the heart of where the low-hanging fruit is in your business. It helps you understand things that you're doing well, and also helps you identify where your opportunities lie. And you can very quickly start focusing on the areas that you can get the most bang for your buck, if you will, by doing an assessment like this. And the ones that we did through lessons 1 through 4, several of them have a similar look and feel to this. The first question on the financial side would be, do you have a reliable program for bookkeeping and accounting, such as QuickBooks or Peachtree? Even starting out, if you're a really small business, we think it's important to have an accounting system. Certainly, you have tax requirements and payroll requirements that if you aren't doing it, you have another financial professional, an accountant, doing some of this work for you, and they're using an accounting package of some type. If you have that in your office, if you're using it to help run your business, it can set you up well for growth. Be difficult to grow without it. Second question, do you retain a certified public accountant to ensure legal compliance on financial matters? Certified public accountant is a special kind of accountant, if you will. It's somebody who has has demonstrated that they have a certain amount of professional experience over a number of years, and they've taken tests that are recognized by the accounting industry, and they're actually certified by the states in which they practice as having some level of authority and legal recognition. And anybody representing your business, it's our strong recommendation from an accounting standpoint that they be a CPA. Doesn't mean that you can't have a bookkeeper or somebody else that has some knowledge of accounting to help you with other aspects of your accounting needs, but when it comes to filing taxes and dealing with inquiries from the IRS and things like that, you're really best served to be represented by a CPA. Do you prepare and use an annual budget designed to achieve your specific business goals? Again, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it, and it all starts with a budget. And some people put together a budget at the beginning of the year and take it and put it in their drawer and forget about it for a year, and that's not what we're really talking about either. It's a way of keeping score, and you want to measure your performance on a regular basis, and the fourth question kind of addresses that. Do you prepare monthly financial statements, at least a profit and loss statement, a balance sheet, and a statement of cash flows? You would take the P&L and you would compare it to your budget on a month-to-month basis and do what they call a variance analysis. And you're never going to hit your budget exactly. You're either going to be over or under in various categories. But when you're over or under by what your accountant would call a material amount, you'd want to identify why. And if the numbers vary in a way that's favorable to you, like expenses are down, profits are up, revenues up, great. Figure out why and do more of that. If the numbers are wrong in an unfavorable way, then you want to identify the root causes for that and try to fix it. So having a budget and having monthly financial statements are useful tools to allow you to grow a business of scale. Fifth question, do you know how much revenue you need each month to break even? What we're talking about is how many homes do you have to clean in a month? How much revenue do you have to generate in a month in order to cover all your fixed and semi-fixed expenses? And it could be your rent, that could be your any office staff that you have, any notes you have on vehicles or anything else, plus whatever amount of profit that you dictate within your budget. And how much work you need to do. And if you have that number, then that's a number that you can communicate to your leadership team, your support staff. Everybody in your organization should know that number, because keeping score is part of it, but then, sharing what your goals are, making sure everybody on the team knows what that score is. You'd be surprised how everybody in your organization can start doing things to help you meet and exceed your break-even point. Important number to have. Next question, do you know your contribution margin or gross profit percentage? I guess said simply, expenses can be broken down into fixed expenses. We talked about some of those just a moment ago. Your rent, your salaries for your office staff. Largest part of your expense, more likely, is going to be variable, and the biggest part of that is the salary and salary-related costs to what we would call your direct labor, your technicians, the people that are cleaning homes for you. So the contribution margin, if you will, is the amount of money that's left over after you've paid all of your direct cost, your variable cost, which in essence is the people that are cleaning homes for you. So the larger your gross profit percentage, the fewer homes you have to clean in order to make the same amount of money, or the lower it is, the more money that you have an opportunity to make. So that's an important number to track and an important number to manage. Number 7 on our list is, do you know your variable and direct expenses as a percent to income? Kind of along the same lines there. What you want to do is understand for every dollar revenue you generate, how much of it, what percentage of that is going to go to cover the direct labor and supplies costs and other costs associated to provide that service. From an accounting standpoint, I guess another term for that could be cost of goods sold. That's a number that is useful to know. Number 8, do you know the dollar amount of your monthly fixed or indirect expenses? This is kind of the other side of that equation. If or your fixed expenses should be fairly constant from month to month. Your space cost doesn't change very much. Insurance, that's not directly, other than workers' comp, for the most part, your auto insurance and so forth is fairly constant. Your transportation expense, if you've got leases or bank notes, it's fairly fixed. Your indirect labor, your office staff is fairly fixed. So you need to know what that set number is each month. 9, this is a number that I think is really important. Do you know your loaded labor cost percent to payroll? Basically, that is for every dollar generated, what percent of that dollar is going to pay the people that actually clean the home. And you add to that what we call the labor load, which is the percent for workers' comp and taxes and other insurance. That number is a really good proxy to help you understand what your gross profit percent to sale is. It's a good proxy for all of your variable costs, because your cost of supplies and so on is relatively modest. So if you know what your labor percent to sale is, you're pretty close to knowing what your variable cost is, and it's a really easy number to get out of your accounting system. Do you know your monthly revenue and track growth or loss trends from month to month? When you grow a house cleaning business, it's all about finding regular, reoccurring clients, and you want to get a whole bunch of people who want to get their home cleaned every week or every other week. And by tracking that and putting it in terms of annual revenue dollars going up and down, it's a really good way to create a tool to get everybody in your business involved and growing revenue and adding clients to your schedule. Let's talk about KPIs a little bit, not directly related to the accounting side. Very important numbers here to have as well. Do you know your average bill rate per cleaning? Not a terribly difficult calculation to do, but an important number to have, because on any given day you might not know exactly what the revenue is, but if you know how many teams you have and how many homes are cleaning, you can do some quick math in your head and come up with some good numbers on what the aggregate revenue would be. And also there's a lot of other ratios that you want to use to measure your performance, and knowing what your average bill rate is per cleaning is necessary in order to do that. And for all of these questions, let me just reiterate, it's a simple yes or no. If you have to think about it, if there's a, well, maybe, if you pause on it, the answer is no. If you can just very quickly say, heck yeah, I've got that, then the answer is yes. But if you're not sure, if you have to think about it, then just go ahead and assume the answer is no. Let's go to number 12. Do you know your average number of estimates per week? One of the things that we want to measure is what we call the sales pipeline. And you start with prospective clients, people that might have an interest in doing business with you, and you work them through that pipeline and think of it as a funnel. And not everybody that's a prospect is even going to want to talk to you. Not everybody that talks to you is going to want a actual proposal or quote. And you can go all the way down until somebody, at the end, you've signed somebody up as a regular reoccurring client that's giving you great testimonials and referrals to their friends who are then becoming loyal clients. So that can be rather involved, but one of the key metrics inside of that sales pipeline is the number of actual proposals or estimates you're able to do in a week. You need to be tracking that. And once you know that, something that is just as important, arguably even more so, is your close rate. Doing proposals are great, doing estimates are great, but what's even greater is getting them to accept it and sign up for regular recurring service. So you want to know out of the estimates you do how many of them you're closing and how many of them are turning into regular recurring clients. Next question, do you know your average number of cleanings per month per home? Pretty straightforward calculation, but for a lot of planning purposes, budget purposes, staffing purposes, a lot of the decisions you make in how you manage your business, that's a number that you need to know in order to be making good decisions. And as Wayne Gretzky would say, you know, a good hockey player doesn't skate to where the puck is, they skate to where the puck is going. And knowing what your average number of jobs per month is and how it's trending gives you an opportunity to get labor lined up, get other equipment and assets lined up, support staff, whatever, in place before you get to the point where you've exceeded your capability to deliver. Next question, number 15. Do you know your average daily revenue per cleaning technician? It's really important to maximize the value you have out of every asset you have, be it, you know, a piece of equipment, it could be a vacuum cleaner, it could be a car. One of the most important assets you have is your people and your cleaning technicians. So if you have qualified, you know, cleaning technicians that you've made an investment in and you've trained, you certainly want to make sure you create an opportunity for them to maximize their revenue generating potential. And you can't do that if you can't measure it. And, you know, a lot of things that you can do from a scheduling standpoint to making sure you're training on the best practices, to you're giving them the best equipment as possible. And it's a win-win for all stakeholders. Not only are you being more profitable as a company, but you're creating an opportunity where your best cleaning technicians, the more revenue they generate, the more opportunity they have to make more money. You can afford to pay them more as well. So it's just the right thing to do for all concerned parties. And the way that you manage that is you start by measuring it. Very important number. Number 16. Do you do rate increases at least once a year for incumbent clients? There's a rather involved model that we have in Foundations, and actually there's some KPI tips that we touch upon, and I'll give you a little hint. We're going to touch upon this a little bit in the December issue of the magazine, which I guess will be coming out in a little over a week, in terms of how to take a handful of KPIs and figure out what your long-term steady state revenue potential is. And one of the things that you can look at and see as your steady state long-term revenue potential goes up significantly if you implement just a modest rate increase on an annual basis. Likewise, if you don't have a rate increase on an annual basis, what you'll find is after several years, if you've been doing this for a while, you're going to look back and find you've got clients that have been with you a long time, but they're paying a rate that's way under what the market is and way under what your new clients are, and it's very hard to go back to them and explain that, you're just, you're paying 50% of what you should be paying, and because we haven't raised your rate in the last 10 years, and to go back and to double their rate at that point, you're going to lose them. But if you do just a little bit a year, it basically they just grow to expect it, and it's not even a point of contention. So if you don't do rate increases, that's something that you really, really need to start looking at. Another important number is, do you know your average customer loss per home per month? Customer attrition is important. You want to track that and measure it, and you're going to lose customers, so many a month for whatever reason. People move, people die, things that are beyond your control. So even if you have a great business, it's going to be hard to, you're going to lose some customers. So you need to track that and manage it and identify the ones that are avoidable, the ones that you lose because of performance, the one you lose because of scheduling and billing and some of the other things that you can mess up and spoil a relationship with a good client. If you measure it, you'll do a better job of keeping that number low. Number 18, do you know your average number of canceled cleanings per month? These are skips, and that's an important number to track too. A lot of times we might miss the opportunity to do that, but if we track our skips, there's an opportunity to manage that as well by communicating with your regular recurring clients the value of maintaining their schedule and how important it is to your company, your technicians, and the health of their family, and just making sure that you're able to keep their schedule straight. So you want to track and manage that as well. You want to know what the average daily technician absentee rate is. Important to know and manage that. You can't grow and scale your business if you're constantly fighting with attendance issues. If you don't know how many people are going to be at work from one day to the next, it's difficult to scale. Not to mean that you're not going to have absenteeism. There is, and if you know it, you can start allowing for that and hiring and training and staffing accordingly to give you some flexibility to meet your work requirements, even when a percentage of your workforce does miss work on a daily basis. And our last question in our assessment is, do you know your average technician turnover rate? So not only do you want to know the absentee rate, but you want to know what's your annual turnover rate. And there's several different ways that you can measure that. And there's some pretty cool, we go over this a lot in foundations, but some pretty cool videos under the KPI tips in Cleaning Business Today that would help you with that as well. So you want to go through these 20 questions, answer them yes or no, and if you can't quickly answer it yes, assume the answer is no, and you go ahead and you just add up all of your answers that are yes and put the number here, and you can go ahead and put that total here to get a score, and we've got some of our other assessment numbers here that we want to go back and check in the months going forward. Here's a little bit more information about our program that will be attached when you get this email at the end of our presentation. And again, we aren't going to be doing open, we're not going to be able to open the line for calls, but if anybody has any questions, you can use chat and send them to Cece, and she'll get those to me here at the end, and we'll try to answer some questions at the end if you have any. Again, this webinar is being recorded, and you can see it again on Friday on YouTube if you'd like. The KPI and financial assessments download will come to you at the end of the webinar via email. This is a process flow of your typical house cleaning company. We use this a lot in foundations. This is our foundation success model. Said simply, if you're in the house cleaning business, what you really are is in the business of finding people who want to clean homes through recruiting. You evaluate and hire the best ones, and you train them to be the best and to be professionals. At the same time, you're in the business of finding people who have homes that need to be cleaned, and you advertise, market, and find prospects, and you take them through a sales funnel where you actually turn some of them into regular recurring clients. And you have to maintain and nurture that relationship so you can hold on to them for a long time. That's the meat and potatoes of the business. And once you do that, then certainly you have to schedule, dispatch, clean, and there's other things going on. You've got equipment and things that you need to deal with. And above and beyond this, you've got a bunch of support processes, bookkeeping, human resources, payroll, some legal stuff. We cover all of this in our Foundations program. So where do we start? We start by doing the self-assessments. That's kind of what we were doing today. And we've got one more that's coming up, and it's more operations related, scheduling, dispatching, just basically the mechanics of running our business. And we're going to be doing that the 18th of December, and that's the last one that we're going to be doing live. For Foundations Jumpstart members, your KPI and financial assessments and additional assessment workbook will be due by the 15th to make sure you have time for the remaining assessments. This is the schedule of the webinars that we've had so far. Today's the 20th, and we've got one more coming up on the 18th. Links to some of the older ones and today's recording will be in the email after today's webinar. This is just a slide talking about some of the benefits you get from our Foundations program, and I don't have time to read all of this. There's a lot of stuff here, but we've had over 40 people that's taken this program, at least that many, more than that, and the general consensus is it's a great value, and it's kind of a community. We have a Facebook group that everybody's actively involved in, so it's more than just a program. Even afterwards, there's an alumni program that everybody stays plugged in, and where everybody is everybody else's business coach, and we're pushing each other to become better. The curriculum, the major areas, we get into strategy and planning, human resources, personnel, sales and marketing, operations and the actual service delivery, financial management and performance measurement, and we get into admin, customer experience. There's a couple of big 3-ring binders that look like this that you wind up with at the end of the program. And the material in that binder isn't just cookie cutter like we say and you do. You get it all in editable format. A lot of it's in Word documents or other tools that you can modify. A lot of spreadsheets you get all in the Microsoft Office suite that you can modify to fit your vision, your business plan, and that's part of the whole exercise. You can. How often do you buy a program, buy a book, buy an exercise machine, and it just kind of sits in the garage and you don't do anything with it? We do Foundations in a way to help you customize it where it works for you and it's useful for you. 6 pre-class assessments. We kind of talked about that, so you know where you are and where you're going. There's certainly, we say there's a $2,500 value with that. We're doing something a little bit different with Foundations this time, which we think is really cool. We are doing an intensive 1-week program, January 12th through 17th in Charleston, South Carolina. We're going to be here at our site at Housekeeping. We have a 10,000 square foot facility. About 2,500 square foot of that is built out like a house that we do technical training, hands-on cleaning training. It's a pretty cool facility if you haven't been here. It's a great place for training, and it's going to be intense. It's going to be a lot of work. We're going to get up early, and we're going to be doing breakout sessions and workshops up into the evening. And you're going to basically take what we've been doing as a 6-month program with a weekly webinar, and we're going to be giving you all of that information and showing you how to use it and modify it for your liking in this one week period. But we're not going to stop there, because you're going to have all that information. You got a place to start, but you're going to need to be able to modify that and to put it to work. And you're not going to really know all the things that you don't know until you get back out in the field and start doing something with it. So there's a 6-month maintenance program that we'll be doing a monthly webinar. We'll be interacting through our Facebook group and getting support not only from Derek, Liz, and I, but from other foundations members. And that's one of the ways that we make sure that we implement the program. So the schedule here on the left is kind of what we're doing now, and we're almost at the end of our assessment series. But then we're going to have the follow-up program taking us through July of next year. We're going to have, a lot of other, free add-ons that go with this, a high PEP registrations or subscriptions, team builders. A lot of these are programs that Liz puts together. Marketing Toolkit is a product of Derek's. Core value cards, which are pretty cool. ACT manual, modern cleaning book, which is kind of a book on chemical-free cleaning. You get a really cool golf shirt as well. An additional bonus, we only pick one company per market, per class, so you're not going to be sitting there with anybody that you're competing against. And we have a beach house, actually. It's about an 8,000 square foot beach house out on Isle of Palms that a lot of our participants in this program are going to be staying in. And I guess that's the good news. I mean, we probably will be doing some breakout sessions there. We've got so many people who have signed up for it. I think we're pretty much at capacity at the beach house now. We haven't run the exact numbers yet, but we do have more space for people for the program. We just need to find, we've got, some overflow housing options out on the beach that would still be pretty cool and allow us all to still have meetings in the beach house. Here are some of the people that have already signed up for the program, some of the companies that are going to be here in Charleston in January. We went through a bunch of different, things associated with the program. Total value is over $27,000. The price for the program is $6,500. So we believe it's a tremendous amount of value in what you're getting for this. There's a lot of value for somebody that's serious about trying to grow their business, because if you really think about what a regular reoccurring client is worth, you don't need to add but a few clients to order to pay for an investment like this. And the material that we go over and the way that we do it allows you to implement the aspects of this that add value to your business. And if you do the program and really invest your time and energy in it, it's very hard to do this without realizing growth in your business. Several different ways of paying for it. You can pay in full and get a 10% discount off of that price. If you pay in full before the class starts on January 9th, you can get it with no interest. And basically, you're paying a $500 deposit and the balance of the $6,000 before January 9. Or there's an investment or an extended payment plan where you pay part before January and the part on the back end. So there's several different ways that you can pay for the program. Where we are now, basically, since we're getting close to January, we're going to be opening this program up tomorrow to our alumni from foundations. There are a number of people that have taken the traditional foundations class that want to sign up for this just as a refresher course and just as an opportunity to get together in a group setting and work on our businesses together for a week. And we told them that we were going to fill up slots with new people, but once we started getting closer to the end of November, we were going to open it up to everybody. We're going to open it up tomorrow. So if you're interested in this program, you need to drop us an email or give us a call sometime really before the end of the day, because tomorrow when the email goes out opening it up to alumni, it's going to fill up pretty fast. So you can reach us at cleaningbusinessbuilders.com. Cece's got her phone number here and our email address as well. that's Derek, Liz, and my email address. Got another event coming up in March. It's going to be Cincinnati. It's going to be at Derek's place, and this is going to be we're calling it Extreme Marketing Makeover, and this is purely about marketing, brand development, and PR for your business. And Derek's got some contacts that are still wired into Procter & Gamble that do this type of work, and he's got some guests lined up. And we're doing an early registration for this, and it's $249 if you sign up before January 31st. And that's about all I have. Cece, did I miss anything, or do we have any questions?
We don't have any questions. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's one that came in. I've got somebody who is interested in learning more about Foundation specifically to find out if it's good for operations managers and owners.
Situationally, yeah. I mean, it depends upon the size of your business and the role of the owner in the business and the role of the operations manager in the business. It's designed for, I would call it the CEO, the chief executive officer of your building or your business rather, and your key people. So anybody that's actively engaged at an executive level in your business would certainly get value out of the program. Any other questions, Cece?
We did not have any questions come in about KPIs or financials, but I will tell everybody one of the things when you registered, we had asked if what your favorite or what you thought were the most important KPIs. I am currently compiling that data, and I will be publishing that to our Facebook page. You'll be able to see the results of that survey. So we do appreciate you participating. I don't at this time have any additional announcements or questions come in.
Okay. Well, again, as far as contact information, here are our email addresses. And you'll be getting an email from us right after we get wrapped up with this discussion that will have some information in it as well that will help you, let's see, more about Foundation's program and how to get a hold of us, and if this is something that you're interested in. We're just really basically getting full and running out of time, and once the alumni start jumping in, it'll get crazy fast. So please let us know. Otherwise, you know, we still want to maintain a relationship, and please stay wired into what we're doing, and hope you found value out of this assessment. And we'll be doing another one on operations in December that we believe that you'll find of value and useful as well. That's about all I have, Cece.
That sounds great. We'll just remind you that check your email. We'll be watching it in the next hour or so. We'll have the email to you with the assessments, all of the ones to date that are available, as well as a link to the recording. So if you want to review Tom's explanations as you're working through your assessment, you are welcome to do so. We certainly look forward to talking with all of you soon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for participating. Bye-bye.